Well, hey guys, I wanted to do a video here real quick, and it's kind of an important video. Um, First off, I do want to apologize for the delay in getting my differences videos out. It's just that I've been so busy with things going on at my church, and then just recently I had a birthday. I turned 42 last week. And then about also a week ago, I had on the 22nd, I had to have a tooth pulled, so I was in a little bit of pain for that. And then to top it all off, I had a death in the family. My cousin passed away, and now her husband is in the hospital after suffering a heart attack, and so he's not going to be able to go and he's not going to be able to go to the funeral mass for his wife, my cousin. And I feel kind of bad for that, but you know, what are you going to do, right? So the week didn't start off good for me to begin with. As I just said, I do apologize for the delay in my Bible differences videos, but I want to bring something to your attention, and if you'll excuse me for looking low on screen left, it's because this video is based on a blog post that I just recently put up on my blog. I put it up yesterday. If you want to check it out, it is my blog is netdude27.blogspot.com, and the post is Computer Users BOLO, and that's what this video is going to be called. So on January 21st of this year, 2020, at approximately 1:09 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm out here in my office editing a video for my church, and lo and behold, I get a phone call on my cell phone. And it said Apple Incorporated on the phone. So first I'm thinking, okay, this is awfully strange. Apple normally doesn't call their customers out of the blue. So what did I do? I answered the call. And there was a gentleman on the other end of the phone with an Indian accent, and he started to tell me that my iCloud account had been compromised. I told him that there was no way that my iCloud account had been hacked. What he didn't realize, or what he didn't know, is that on my iCloud account, I have two-factor authentication enabled on my account. He told me that I had been in 2 locations in the previous 24 hours, so think about that. January 20th, 2020, he's saying that I was in 2 locations in the past 24 hours, and one of those locations was in Houston, Texas. So I told this gentleman that I was never in Houston, Texas, or any other location to begin with. I was here at home, minding my own business. Like I said, I was editing a video for my church, which is also on YouTube, and that my account had not been hacked, because if it had, I would have received a notification on my phone, my iPad, or my iPod Touch that someone was wanting access to my files. Now, on screen, you're going to see, courtesy of Apple, is a picture of an iPad showing that an Apple ID is requesting iCloud account information with a verification code. And if you look at the picture on the window in the on the iPad, it shows a map and two buttons that say don't allow or allow. I would have seen something like that on my phone had the guy tried to get into my iCloud account. And this would have been on my trusted Apple devices and my home-built Linux system. Had I seen that, I would have tapped the button that says don't allow. And he or she, the scammer, would have been denied access to my files. I have seen a few videos here on YouTube on scammers and their tactics and what they do. And I immediately caught on to the fact that he was trying to scam me, and I called him out on it. He got angry with me and started saying a few things. One of the things he said was, you know what I think? And then I said, no. You know what I say to this? I then told him goodbye, and then I hung up the phone. After a while, and calming down, I called Apple Care and went through their voice menu to speak with a customer service rep. I got connected to a gentleman named Taylor, an actual Apple tech support employee. I proceeded to tell him what happened, and he told me about a support article, and that support article will be in the video description. And he told me that Apple just will not call anyone out of the blue. He told me that customers on the Apple support page can request that a service rep call them back at a certain time when it's more convenient for them. Which I can totally understand, because life gets busy in the afternoons during the day. Like if you're a stay-at-home parent, the kids are coming home from school, you're getting them a snack, you're getting them their home, you're making sure that their homework gets done. Things are pretty chaotic. At about early evening, you're getting dinner ready and you don't have time to deal with a computer problem. So you can request a certain time when a Apple Care representative can call you back. And it would probably be say 7 or 8 o'clock at night, or later, or early the next morning. It doesn't matter. He also told me that what the scammers do sometimes is spoof the number they are calling from to hide their location, their actual location, which is most likely India. Taylor asked me for my Apple ID to check if my iCloud account had indeed been hacked. I told him to go ahead and check, and he told me that everything was fine. I told him that I had watched, as I said, I had watched videos here on YouTube about scammers and what information I gained from those videos. I'm also going to possibly get in touch with another gentleman that I follow on YouTube. His name is Kerry Holzman. And he did a video a couple of years ago called Scamming the Scammers. And apparently I didn't follow his advice of remaining calm, but I'm also going to leave that video, I'm going to leave a link to that video in this video's description. He told me that I handled everything right in regards to how I handled the scammer. I told him that I'm a content creator here on YouTube and also a blogger at my Blogspot account. And I asked him if I can use the content of the article in a blog post and this video and put it up on the web. He told me that the article is available to the public but I wanted to be able to get to it quickly, so he sent me the article via email. Now, I want to stress something to you that is very, very, very important. Do not, under any circumstance, give your credit card information or any other information to the scammer. Ever. Only give that information to the actual company you do business with. In my case, I do business with Amazon, Apple, and a listener-supported Christian radio station that uses my credit card information. That's it. Now, here are some things to look out for when a scammer calls you, quote, out of the blue. They will tell you, and this is most likely what tech support scammers do, they will tell you that your computer has a virus and will ask you to go to a website to download software so they can remotely access your system. They will use an English name such as Frank, Jim, Barry if they're male, or if they're female, any female name they can come up with. When it's totally obvious that they have a foreign accent. Support for your OS, even if it's a fresh install or a fresh build, or a brand new build, support for the OS has expired, which is completely and totally not true. Don't fall for that. If you do download and install remote access software, either LogMeIn or TeamViewer, and allow the scammer access to your system, they will try everything in their power to convince you that your computer or operating system is infected or that someone has tried to access your system. If you've allowed them access, then they've had access to your system. So if they convince you that an application or your operating system has become infected with something, it's not true, by the way. They will attempt to get you to go to the nearest store and buy gift cards for a certain amount of your money. Here's a prime example. They will tell you to get, say, $200 worth of iTunes gift cards or other gift cards like Visa gift cards, MasterCard gift cards, or American Express gift cards to quote, pay for the so-called repair to your computer. Here's a pretty brazen one, if you ask me. They will call you saying that there is a warrant out for your arrest. Okay, first of all, that's pretty brazen. So it's total garbage. But if you are unsure, if you want to make sure that your record is clean, I would go ahead and call your local police precinct and have the officer that you're on the phone with do a background check on you to make sure that there is no arrest warrant out for you. Another tactic they will use is impersonating IRS agents. Now, mind you, the IRS never contacts taxpayers by phone. They will send you a letter informing you of any problems with your taxes. Okay? Here in the United States, it is illegal for anyone to impersonate a government agency or the fact that they work for a government agency, unless you're trying to convince a scammer that you really are working for the federal government. But they don't say it. The feds don't say anything about it. But when it comes to your taxes, do not ever, ever say that you work for the IRS when you don't. Back to that arrest warrant thing real quick. I have seen videos on YouTube where scammers have attempted to call actual police officers and police detectives. And guess what? The officer, the patrol officer, and the detective knew immediately that it was a scam. They called the scammer out on it, and the police even said that they have an arrest warrant out for the scammer. The scammer got real nervous and then quickly hung up the phone. Never, ever, ever mess with the police department or a sheriff's deputy or anybody involved in law enforcement. Ever. I guarantee you, you will have handcuffs on you, and you will be put in the back of a patrol car and sent to the precinct. Don't ever do that. Back to the tech support scams here. What the scammers will do is they will create fake pop-up websites saying that your computer's security might be compromised, and to call the, quote, tech support number on the page with the attempt to scam you out of your money. I cannot stress this enough, folks. Do not call the number on that web page under any circumstance. Don't even bait them. Don't bait them. Don't even call the number. Okay, then there are other types of phishing scams. That is not fishing for fish, you know the kind you eat, but PHISH. And so there are several types of phishing scams, and one of the most popular is making a fake website look like the actual website you are doing business with. For example, Amazon.com, Apple.com, any other big store outlet. eBay is another one. So to make sure you are actually going to the real website, do me a favor. If you are on a fake website and you see in your status bar in the bottom part of your browser a different link than what is listed, okay, hover your mouse pointer over that, but do not click on the link to see the actual URL in your status bar. If the URL does not match the link to the real company's website, close the browser tab or browser window and just continue on your way. Just move along. Kind of like someone saying, there's nothing to see here, move along. Move along, there's nothing to see. Another phishing technique they use to get you is through unsolicited email and email attachments. Another thing I cannot stress enough. Do not open email attachments from an unknown sender at all. If the message requests personal information, i.e. credit card information or account information, account password, say like for your bank, or any other account where they can purchase items that you have, any other account you have where they can actually purchase items, do not give them that information. Move that message to the trash, and most importantly, empty it out. Now, this might sound mean. This next thing that I'm going to say might sound mean, but it actually is not. It's not intended to be mean, and I guarantee you it's not. So, two of the most vulnerable groups of people that fall victim to these types of scams are novice computer users and the uninformed elderly computer users. Which is sad, because the older generation, I'm talking the elderly computer users, who get computers, are not informed enough and just don't know the dangers of scammers and scams on the internet. Now, what I mean by novice computer users, well, that's mainly just people who are just starting to get their feet wet with computers and who basically just want to browse the web, check their email, watch cat videos on YouTube, log on to Facebook, connect with their family and friends, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm talking about. And that's mainly what elderly computer users do sometimes, is they'll get a computer with the hopes of staying connected with family, and that's why they get them. So, yeah, this experience with a scammer has taught me to be very vigilant in checking my bank account. And so I hope what I'm saying through my experience is the wake-up call you need to safeguard your personal information. Make sure you are well protected, and always check your bank account and your credit card and your credit score to make sure that no one but you has access to your account. If you've had a similar experience like I have with a tech support scammer, comments for this video will be open, and you can leave a comment if you like. But please keep those comments clean, no foul language, because the comments will be held, and if they contain either all caps or any foul language, the comment will not be approved and will not be posted. So keep your comment clean, but just give your experience as to what happened, because I'd like to hear it. So, as I like to say in all my videos, stay awesome and always believe, and I will catch you in the next video. See you later, friends. Bye.